Hello everyone, welcome back to Brainwave PM. Whether you are just starting out in product management or already working as a PM, there are certain terms and concepts that come up all the time. And today, we'll break down some of the most important product management terms in a fun and easy to understand way using the single example. Let's get started. Imagine you're working as a product manager at a startup that's building a fitness app to help people track their workouts. Throughout this video, we'll use this app to explain key product management concepts. Ready? Let's jump in. So, first up is the MVP or minimum viable product. This is the version of our product with just enough features to satisfy the early adopters and gather the feedback for future improvements. For our fitness app, instead of launching a full featured app, we would start with something basic, maybe something like tracking running distance and time. And that is our MVP, just enough to get started, and we will see if user likes the concept. Now let's talk about epics, features and user stories. These are essential when organizing and breaking down the work. In our case, an epic could be build the fitness tracking system. And under this epic, we can have features like track running, track walking, and track cycling. And then each feature is broken down further into smaller pieces called the user stories. For example, the user story for the running feature could be as a user, I want to track the distance I run so that I can monitor my progress. Breaking your work down this way helps you to manage development more effectively and ensure team knows exactly what needs to be built. Next up is the product roadmap. A product roadmap outlines the high level plan for how your product will evolve over the time. It helps communicate what's coming next. For our app, the roadmap could include adding more features like track walking, track cycling, or even a meal planning tool. The roadmap helps our team and stakeholders stay aligned on the product direction. With so many features on our roadmap, how do we decide what to build first? One way is by using the RISE framework, that is, reach, impact, confidence, and efforts. But how to calculate the RISE score? It is calculated by reach into impact into confidence divided by the efforts. More the RISE score, higher the priority. When working on features and user stories, we need a way to know when they are done. That's when acceptance criteria and definition of done come into the play. Acceptance criteria are the conditions that must be met for a feature to be considered complete. For example, the acceptance criteria for our running tracker feature could be distance and time tracking. That is, the app must accurately measure and display the distance traveled in real time while running. A good user interface with the clear buttons for start, pause, and stop. The data storage feature should also be incorporated where users should be able to access the history log for the previous run and etc. Meanwhile, the definition of done is a checklist that the whole team agrees on for when a story or feature is fully finished. Few examples of definition of done can be the code completion, unit testing, integration testing, documentation, and UAT. Once your app is live, you'll want to test how users interact with different features. This is where A/B testing comes in. For example, you could run a A/B test to see whether user prefer a red or blue start workout button. If more user clicks on the red button, you'll know that's the one to go with. Now let's move on to the user personas. A user persona is a fictional character that represents your ideal user. For our app, a user persona might be Sarha, who's 28, loves running, and wants an easy way to track her progress. User personas help you build features that actually matter to the people using your products. Once your app starts gaining users, you want to make sure if it is truly meeting their needs. That is called the product market fit. When your product satisfy a strong market demand. For example, for our fitness app, if you see steady growth, lot of users recommending the app to others and positive reviews, congratulations, you have probably achieved the product market fit. Every product goes through the product lifecycle from development to introduction, growth, maturity, and eventually decline. For example, at first, our fitness app will be in the introduction phase where we are trying to gain the early adopters. As more people start using it, we enter the growth stage where we focus on scaling. And eventually, the app could hit maturity when the growth slows, and then the decline if newer apps take over. Now, let's talk about managing your product backlog. The backlog is a prioritized list of tasks and features that your team needs to work on. And as a PM, it is your job to keep the backlog up to date by removing the tasks that are no longer relevant and making sure the most important work gets done first. It helps the team stay focused and organized. As your app grows, you'll need clear goals. That is where OKR comes in. OKR helps break down big objectives into the measurable actions. For example, for our fitness app, an objective might be to increase the active users, and the key results to achieve that could be launching a referral program or improving the onboarding process to make it easier for the new users to get started. Finally, two critical metrics that every PM should track: churn rate and retention rate. Churn rate is the percentage of users who stop using your product, while retention rate is the percentage of users who keep coming back. For example, for our app, if many users stop using the app after a week, that's a high churn rate. And as a PM, it's your job to reduce the churn by improving the product and keeping the users engaged. And there you have it, the most important product management terms and concepts, all explained through the journey of building our fitness app. Whether you are a beginner or experienced, understanding these concepts is a key to being a great product manager. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if there are any other PM concepts that you'd like me to explain. See you in the next video. Bye bye.